So, somebody sent me this. It's a box of 20 kilos or maybe around 35 pounds of broken electronics. And I got challenged by
Nostalgi Butiken,
which is retro game shop in Sweden that I use a lot, actually. They have a pretty cool selection of things, more about them later. But anyway, they challenged me and my channel to repair 16 different controllers and try to repair as many of them as I can in a span of 2 months. So let's take a look of what's inside the box. So I couldn't even fit everything, alright, but here's what we have. We have an Xbox One controller where it says that the left stick is drifting. We have one black PS4 controller, quite dirty. Not sure what the problem is with this one, we'll see. We have another black PS4 controller that says L2, and yeah, it feels a little bit off. It's not as smooth as this one. It's like something stuck in here. Another PS4 controller. It says that something is moving itself. We'll see about that. Another black PS4 controller that says drifting. Yet another black PS4 controller that just says broken. And it's also missing the cap on top on this joystick. This black PS4 controller is also drifting. Another black PS4 controller with no information. Another black PS4 controller that needs a new stick, and it says D-pad is dead. Black PS4 controller number 9000 moves by itself. Another black one with no description, feels okay. I don't know why, but I thought this one was counterfeit at first, but it says Sony. Last black PS4 controller that says stick drifting. I don't know which stick, but we'll see. We have a quite scratched up gold PS4 controller. It doesn't have the PlayStation logo here, I can see. Maybe it's just because of the scratching. And this whole label is faded, and actually the plastic looks really bad. And look at this, the color is like has gone off. So either somebody really liked to play with this controller, but I'm suspecting it's fake. We'll see. I read what it seems to be third-party controller. There's something wrong with, I think, R1. Yeah, it doesn't feel as clicky as this one. Another red controller that says that one of the sticks is drifting up. And last but not least, a blue controller. It feels kind of like someone has tried to snap it open. I don't know what the problem is with this one. But that's all the controllers I've been challenged to fix. But I also got some goodies, which I'll show you now. So I have 3 white Xbox controllers, which are apparently broken, that he gifted to me. And as you can see on my channel, you know I love the 360 controller and like to fix them. So thanks for that. we also have a faulty white Xbox console that's rattling inside. I also saw a video where a guy used a really cool tool to open these up. I'm gonna get one of these, and we'll see in a future video what's wrong with this one. This thing I'm excited about is a PS4, and it says doesn't get any image, which I suspect might be an HDMI problem. So if I fix this, I can call myself a real technician, because I finally fixed an HDMI problem. We also have what I think is an Xbox One S that says doesn't work. Not very descriptive, but yeah, we'll have to check it out. At a quick glance, the HDMI ports looks fine. There is something here that's like sticking out. I don't know if somebody has been in this before. I suspect maybe they have, but that's going to be cool to check out. It's really heavy as well. And last but not least, I have this special edition Xbox 360 Halo 3 edition. Looks pretty cool, a bit scratched up. It has a custom hard drive as well. Doesn't seem to have been opened up. There's obviously something wrong with the DVD tray. But it looks pretty nice. I like the colors. So yeah, but I'm gonna test the controllers off camera, and I'm gonna pick one at random, which we're gonna fix. But before we do that, just a quick clarification.
Nostalgibutiken.
And also sent a couple of replacement batteries, some stick caps, but no sticks whatsoever. And the owner told me, well, you know, butcher as many controllers as you feel the need to, as long as you fix as many as you can. So nobody's under the impression that all the controllers are going to get fixed, but we're going to try to minimize the waste as much as we can and fix whatever controller we can. So yeah, see you in a bit. So I was testing the controllers, and this is the 7th out of 15 controllers I've tested, and I thought we need to take care of this right now, because I was using my amp USB voltmeter thing, which I love, I use this all the time, and the values were a bit different when this was charging compared to the other 6 controllers I tried. And I synced it up to my PC to use the gamepad tester. That worked fine. I started using the gamepad tester, was gonna test this joystick, and all of a sudden the controller dies. And I thought, well, that's weird. The other controllers were also drained on battery, but they didn't die when I tested them. They seemed to work fine. So I thought, okay, that's weird. And I've noticed this, if you can see. Here you are. It's open here, which makes me think, okay, it doesn't hold a charge, even though it's plugged in. We have this gap here. The battery must be swelling. And I don't want my house to burn down, so we're gonna take a look at this battery, probably replace it. And we're also going to use this battery from Nostalgi Butiken, which I got, to replace the old battery. So hopefully this all goes well, and I won't have to yeet the controller out of my home. Alright, so to open these up, we have 4 screws, which I'm aware of, that needs to go out. And also for these screws, they look really weird, like they've been corroded or something. So we'll see how this goes. These feel really crusty. And since I'm suspecting that the batteries might be faulty, I'm not pressing down too hard when getting these screws out because I don't want to accidentally puncture the battery. So if you're working with batteries and you're not quite used to it and you suspect one of them is pretty bad, I would recommend you not work on it if you're not super comfortable and know all the security things and safety things you need to consider. Alright, so all the screws are out. And I'm gonna try to gently pry this open. Maybe we can start. Whoa, it kind of popped off by itself. So let's just take it easy with this one. And I'm actually really nervous right now. At least I have my balcony open just in case. And you can see there's a ribbon cable right here that I need to take care of as well. And I think the front pops open like this or something. And I think we can already see that the battery is not looking good. Have I forgotten something? Yeah, I mean, I'm not wrong. You should be able to just get it open like so. But it is stuck. And I'm worried that okay, I think it's coming off now. Whoa. There was some plastic part that came out. And there's like this residue coming out as well. Okay, there we go. This wasn't even connected to the USB. That's strange. So maybe somebody was in here before, but they just didn't reassemble it properly. I hope that was the case. I mean, the battery actually seems to look fine. It wasn't swelling at all. So I'm hoping maybe that was the issue, that the controller wasn't properly reassembled, but because I can't see any signs that are bad on the battery. It doesn't look swollen at all. It looks great actually. So that makes me less nervous. So how about we just try to reassemble it? Of course, now I have to think, which is never a good sign. This ribbon cable looks really weird. You know what? I'm gonna disconnect it from here. And I'm gonna start off by connecting it to this connector right here. No, wait, this is a diode, of course. I think the connection should be here. Wait, how did this get disconnected? It's weird because you have these. No, you don't even. I think I need to take out this because there's some plastic here. And then I need to connect the connection here. Maybe it was just loose. So we have 2 screws we need to take care of. And I'm wondering where this plastic post came from. It doesn't seem to come from here. We have these 2. I have no idea. Maybe it was from another controller. Anyway, let's get this off. That's coming out now. Let's put that to the side. I think we can just, or maybe we can't. How do I get this off? Okay, push it out. Okay, so this is stuck under these pads here, which are glued. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna try to connect the ribbon back together. And it's way easier said than done. Okay, it's back in now. And I need to add this plastic piece back. There we go. It sits precisely as it should sit. Now this plastic part goes back. And I think it's this way. That was bad. Let's put this back together first. There we go. And all we have to do is screw it back on. And it should sit like this. There is a post here for the screw. I think my tip is just a little bit too thick. That's much better. I mean, it still can be a battery issue, but since that connection wasn't good at all, that could have been the problem. It looks like it should go in. Wait. With the blue side facing the outside. Oh, that scared the shit out of me. The battery fell out. It's not adhesive also, so I'm wondering, is that how it's supposed to be or not? Alright, let's see if it charges. Okay, so we get 171. We had around 60 before. And we have a light indicating that it's charging, because it didn't do that before. So let's try to sync it up. Or not sync it up, to connect it. See if it connects to the PC again. And it doesn't seem to want to do that. Well, maybe it did. Alright. So now we should be at the gamepad tester on the screen. Let's see if it reacts. Oh wait, it didn't. It didn't connect. I thought it did. Let's see if we can add it. And I didn't press it correctly, of course. Come on. There we go. You should be able to see it on the computer now. We're connecting. And I think it's connected, I'm not sure. I mean, it really doesn't want to connect to the PC. Let's try it with the USB cable. You know what? It's not wanting to show up on the PC. And I think the issue might be that we did connect it before, but it died on us. So maybe we just need to reset it. So let's try that. We have a reset button back here on the controller. But maybe we can't really press it because it's not properly put back together. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. Let's take it apart again. And I think the reset button is situated down under here. So let's just try to press it. Okay, I pressed it a couple of times. Okay, let's see if this works. We did see a Bluetooth headset, but I don't think that was the one. Not clear, doesn't want to. I'm gonna test the cord again to the PC. Okay, so I'm not really sure how this is working. At least it's taking a charge now. It is turning on. So what I'm gonna try is to connect it to my own PS4, and we'll see from there what happens, and I'll get back to you. Maybe we'll even record it. So I'm back. I've tested this controller on the PS4, and it seems to work fine. It's charging in a steady pace. So what I think I'll need to do now is just replace this thumbstick, give it a good clean, and yeah, put it back together. So I'm gonna do that now, and when we're done, I'm gonna show you a final test that it's working. So let's get to it. And let's remove the battery for good measure. And I think you can just pop these off, but this is not really popping off. And nothing's in the way. I think they just needed a bit of persuasion. Or maybe not. Anyway, it's not important that we take this off. I just want to take the motherboard off so I can get to this stick here. And I think that was it for the motherboard. We're having a bit of trouble with the ribbon cable to this part, so I'm just gonna take that out. There we go. We're free from the pad. I think we can get these motors out as well. Or maybe we can't. No, they seem quite stuck in there. But that's fine, we don't really need that. We can just pop these off. And I think this one looks good, so we're just gonna clean it. But this one needs to be replaced. And while we're here, we can just soak the sticks in a little bit of IPA to clean it up a bit. Do the same on the other side. Just move it around a bit. I'm thinking I would like to clean these buttons as well, so we might as well just take everything out. Take this pad and fix it as well. And just completely disassemble it. Yeah, I mean, it can't hurt. think I'm gonna need a brush for this one. Alright, I think that's good enough. Let's just make a little brush down for all the parts, just to get the remaining gunk off. Alright, so I think the front is done. Needs a bit of a wipe down afterwards, but we do that at the end. So let's check this button. I mean, they're not super dirty, but they can use a clean. This was a bit worse. Alright, so the D-pad, not that great. I think I'm gonna brush this off. Way better. And now we have the cap we're gonna reuse. Not bad. So the touch bar, I think we can just wipe it off at the end. Just double checking how it will look side to side. I think that's gonna be okay. And if not, we're gonna replace both of them. This button looks okay. This one too. This button is okay as well. I don't want to mess around with this button too much. I think this looks okay. We just need to get the trigger and this part up here. Yeah, I think that looks good. And now we have these buttons to take care of. That looks fine. It actually looks worse than it is. It's coming off really easy. So I'm just checking because I think this part only has this membrane. This one does as well. But I have this part. Is it... I'm not sure where this is supposed to go. I guess we'll find it eventually. So we also have this spring, and I think that spring controls the springiness in this button. And I'm not really sure how to fix this, because we should. I mean, maybe it just got out because it's broken here. But I mean, that spring should be connected somehow. Well, let's see what it does if we just put it back slightly together. Yeah, if you see, it's not coming back all the way. So we need we need to put that spring back somehow. So I took this trigger off as well, and there is no spring. So maybe that spring is not supposed to go in there. But let's get this back on. Yeah, I'm not really sure how to be honest. So I think this one should be here. Oh no, that must be for the PlayStation button. That makes sense. Okay, I think I'm gonna try to reassemble it correctly. So let's see, how is this supposed to go? This way doesn't seem right. I think this indentation here needs to go here, maybe. I think that's the correct way. So here's the button. And the membrane should go on like so. And then we have triangle. We have square. We have circle. And we have the X button. And here's the membrane for that. So that's on. Let's go with the D-pad. And you have to get, you have 4 holes here that you need to get inside of these 4 posts. So that is a bit finicky. I think that should be good. We also need the options and stuff. Maybe that was the wrong way. That should be it. There we go. Yeah, just double checking. The options go here. Here are the buttons for this part. Maybe I can just put on these as well while we're at it. Do we have that one? Let's get one of these. That's great. I think it looks good. I don't think we need to replace this one. So now let's get this pad in place. I think you were supposed to hook it up like so. But that doesn't feel good. That was stupid. Okay. Don't do that. Don't do that. How is this supposed to go on? Are you supposed to hook it in like so? Yeah. That's what I was supposed to do. Alright. So what I'm gonna try to do now is reassemble this part. And I have to make sure that this cable doesn't get behind these parts. And I'm also making sure that the membranes don't jump out from their positions. This part is really finicky. Okay, there we go. Wasn't as bad as I thought. And now I can barely see it. But there's a connector down here that we need to connect. I think I missed it. I think that's in. All right. Just hold this in place. How does the button feel? Whoops. It all feels good. I think the membranes on the backside are fine. And now we need to take care of the battery. Yeah, this way up. And it should be connected. Yeah, that should be the correct way. There we go. Battery connected. And now I'm thinking, let's connect back this part. I think it's supposed to be connected like this. I don't remember. Let me just double check actually. No, the pins are facing that way. So I think if I hold it like this or something, I don't know. Now I'm starting to understand the person who opened up this before, how they accidentally disconnected this cable from the other side. Because this is not fun. We are in. Now, let's try to reconnect everything. So I'm starting from the bottom. Yeah, the trigger seems to be working okay now. Alright, so let's get the screws back in. That feels nice and tight. Wait a minute. This is still bulging out a bit. Can we fix that? Okay. I think it needs to go back like so. Alright. That looks good. Let's do the bottom now. And I accidentally turned off on my PS4, but that's fine because I'm supposed to go test this anyway. So yeah, I'll test this controller out, see how it works. Probably gonna do some recording in the living room, and we'll see how it goes. So, I've actually fixed the connection to the PC. Gamepad tester still doesn't work, but the Steam controller tester works. And if you look, sticks are fine. PlayStation button is okay. D-pad is fine. Touchpad is fine. That's cool that you can test that as well. The buttons, these buttons, triggers, left trigger, as you can see on the left trigger values changing on the bottom left, but the right trigger doesn't work. So we're almost home with this controller. We just need to fix the right bumper trigger. So we're going to disassemble the controller again, and we're going to see why the left trigger works, but the right doesn't. Maybe I just misplaced the pad or something. We'll see. Hopefully it's an easy fix, and we'll finally be done with this controller. So here it is. Let's take it apart and see what's wrong with the right trigger. I suspect maybe I just put it in the wrong way because yeah, I don't know why, but it must have been my fault, I'm guessing. So we're gonna double check to see exactly why it's doing what it's doing. Maybe I just put on the membrane wrong, I don't know. I lost one of these buttons, but that's fine. I just realized I opened it up the wrong way, but that's fine as well. Alright, so let's see. The right bumper. So it's this one. I'm just wondering if this part wasn't connected properly. Maybe just fell out. So let's just connect it back to Steam and we can test it out. Maybe I have to sync it again, but that's not gonna happen. Let's just plug it back in, see if it is registered. Okay, so maybe I've already found the problem. This part wasn't really put down over this ledge, so I'm not sure it actually was connecting properly. But I still now have to fix these options buttons. And first I have to find them. That's not it, it's a post that doesn't work. But what is this? It feels like a button. Maybe that's the reset button. I think it might be. Okay, we're gonna put that back as well. Maybe that's the best way to get them in. Or maybe not. Okay, I think that's in right now. And that's in as well. All right. I mean, I think it feels better. But now I'll have to disconnect it. And I have to get the reset button back as well. Maybe just let's disconnect the battery. So now it's dead. Yeah, this part is definitely for the reset button. You just have to... Can you focus? You just have to put the grooves in correctly. Like so, now it's connected as well. And let's see. These are sitting fine now. Alright, let's did I reconnect the battery? Let's see. I don't think I did. Well, no matter. I still need to practice this, so... Yeah, I didn't, of course. Alright, let's try to... Wait. I think it's not sitting properly. Okay, that should be good enough. Let's try to sync it to the PC again. Alright, we are connected. But we're still not getting detected by Steam somehow. That's really annoying. What if we connect it to the PC? Still not getting picked up by Steam. You know what? I'm gonna double check on the PS4 once again. I'm gonna screw this back together because that connection works a bit less janky than the Windows connection. So I'll be back. Alright guys, so here we are. Here's the controller in my living room. I'll unplug it. And yeah, you can move around, you can look around. L1 works fine, L2 works fine as well. I can showcase that a little bit better to accelerate. So it works super well. All of the other buttons work as well. So yeah, this controller is fixed. So 1 out of 15, that's a great start. I hope you enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe, comment, all that stuff. And I'll see you in the other one. Peace.
Nostalgibutiken. 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 Nostalgibutiken.